A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video about how I like to use floss drops with this pearl cotton thread. And there were a lot of questions about what exactly this stuff is, which makes sense since my content is mostly cross-stitch related. And I think most of us are more familiar with this 6-stranded embroidery floss. With embroidery floss, you separate those 6 strands individually and then use however many strands you need. Pearl cotton, on the other hand, is non-divisible. So it comes as a single twisted strand and you do not separate it into thinner threads. Embroidery floss is kind of used for anything, and pearl cotton more commonly used with needlepoint, but I don't know. I don't think there's any real rules here. But here is my embroidery floss loaded up on floss drops. You can see, like, generally it's just a lot thinner than the pearl cotton, and I also have my strands prepped a lot longer than how I have them kind of set up with the pearl cotton on the floss
These
drops.
are prepped a little bit differently, and of course I will show you how I do them both.
Working from the number side of the pearl cotton, you're going to find the little knot that kind of connects the whole skein together, and then we're going to separate out these kind of 2 separate loops on the bottom, and I'm going to just cut them both clean. The top side of the skein we want to leave intact, but from here I'm just going to kind of put my finger through that one loop that I have, separate out the skein a little bit, and then I'm going to load it up on my floss drop. Now all of my skein is pre-cut where all the threads are at the same starting length that is about 22 inches long. The embroidery floss is going to be really different, but again, working from the number side of the skein, I'm going to look for the loose end and just unravel the whole thing. You'll have less tangles pulling from the number side, but it might still tangle a little bit. Then I'm going to take my 2 loose ends, I match them up together, and then with like a good amount of tension, I'm going to kind of unravel the whole skein all over again, but I'm just kind of like folding it over itself a handful of times. So I'm going to find that loop, meet it up to those frayed ends, and repeat kind of with a good amount of tension, pull it all nice and tight, fold it over again. And you can do this however many times or how few times you want to get whatever like length of thread that you're looking for as your starting point. For me, I like to do a total of 4 folds. But once you have it where you like it, you're going to go to the loop end that has those frayed ends as well, and you're going to snip those loops clean. And then just like with the pearl cotton, you're going to take that looped end that's intact and load it up onto your floss drop. With my embroidery floss prepped this way, when I remove an individual strand from the floss drop, it's going to be about 40 inches long. And hands down, I think the best thing about using floss drops is that you can take your needle, run it under like a single strand from the top of the loop, and it just comes right out and you're ready to go. With the pearl cotton, I have my 1 strand and I'm ready to start stitching. My embroidery floss is about double the length of the pearl cotton, but that's because I'm normally stitching with 2 strands, so I like to remove a single one, keep it folded over, and I'm all prepped for a loop start. And that's pearl cotton and embroidery floss in a nutshell.